consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Cnjshow, and I got my favorite gin and juice here, and I have my sister NEEK, and we hope that you guys are having a good day today. Let's get into this topic, Jen. So before we do start, my sweet little babies, we want you guys to listen in, and Jen, you could just tell us, what is going on with Miss Monique? It's something that we're missing.
At this point, after the Oprah Winfrey's, after the Tyler Perry's, after the Lee Danielses, and everybody else in the world that has wronged Monique,
Netflix.
At this point, I just think that I am, even if she's right in this, I don't want to hear about it anymore.
If that's a veiled criticism about me, I won't hear it and I won't respond to it.
Be down in the dirt, you know what I'm saying stuff that's really, I think, is unprovoked. Like the thing that she did at the comedy show or whatever that was. It's not the time and the place, and it looks bad, Monique. It doesn't look good. So even if someone was on your side, it's like, how can I continue to be on your side if you're looking like the bully now?
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
You're looking like you're constantly coming for these people. Mind you, no one has said anything. Tyler Perry, Oprah, no one has said anything, and I understand that they may want to deal with it on a more private front, as opposed to her, she wanted blasted on the internet, and that's fine as well. But I feel like at a certain point, it gets messy and it gets redundant. It's like you're saying these things over and over again, that nothing is being done about it. Get some real stuff going here. Why aren't, if you are talking to your lawyers or whatever, why do we have to hear about it? I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm tired of it. Right. And even with, her bringing up, I know she got into this recent spat with hughley, and she brought up, a situation with his daughter, which I understand sometimes you say one thing to prove a certain point or whatever, and it gets spun out of control. I do think that was the situation here as well, because like, Cint said that she was a victim of, sexual abuse from her brother for many years. So I really hope that she wouldn't use that type of situation with which hughley's daughter went through in terms of being, sexually abused and things like that. I just hope that Monique wouldn't weaponize that in that way to prove a point. And I really don't think she did. I just think it came off.
It did, though. She did. No matter how it came off, you did it to weaponize. You use somebody's pain to prove your point, which is always wrong.
And see, you know what I'm thinking about at this point, because I am like, what now?
Hello, what the hell do you want now?
I was like, okay, you know what? When we just did the whole Netflix thing, I thought about closing the account, but I did just for a couple of days. I didn't watch Netflix. I said I'm not gonna watch it. That's all I did, because she said it. So I said it for a couple of days. Now she say that, well, no, actually I'm inside of a movie. I'm watching a good movie now, so I won't do that. But I did say, okay, I'm going to do that, because she said it's coming from black girls behind her, like after her. So I said, okay, she got a point. I don't even know what didn't happen, because every time something go wrong, she go and making people be involved, like you just jumping in and bringing people in, and we don't even know what's going on. Could you imagine you're sitting down watching TV and one of your kids come to you saying, okay, somebody just bust them in the head. You don't know what's going on. You just fly there, ready to come to the rescue. So every time she have done it, I've been right there. Okay, so now this happened. I just said, okay, so what now? You already did that Tyler Perry thing. Now, when you did that call, I would have just wouldn't even put that on there, because Tyler Perry shut that down like he knew what she was about to do. He was like, well, no, so what's wrong? He said, if it is the money part, I'll give that to you. I'll give you that part. Even for forget the Daniel League. Like, forget that. I'll give that piece to you. Now then I'm just like, okay, so you just tried to, I guess, hit him on the spot when he just went ahead on and made it even worse now. The thing is this, okay? Because I think people are forgetting. Sometimes I think we fight. The way that we act is the way that we handle situations sometimes, and it takes people and things sometimes to get us out of stuff. I think Monique's way of dealing with things from down to her stand up has always been, okay, you know what? I'm the big girl, but she came in being the big girl that actually looked good, could tell a joke, and people wanted to hear and see her, right? And then after she got finished with that, she had so many things coming to her that I think it gave her a bad attitude, like that boss that did not expect to ever be one, and now that he's won, he's gonna make sure that he makes everybody else day a living hell every single.
Hey! Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
That's what it seemed like. Monique was just like, listen, my name speaks for itself. Which I don't know if that meant President Obama. I don't know if that meant reverse it. I don't know if it meant God. But her name is everything to her. But I don't know. Now this is what I'm thinking, guys. And then you could say what you feel about it. I'm thinking, and this has happened. Whoopi Goldberg told her, listen, from when the whole little Netflix thing came, and she got Steve Harvey and everybody involved, and Steve Harvey had annoyed her and pretended like he didn't even know what she was saying. Now she...
Shut your stupid ass up! Say that, folks! What did your dumb ass say it?
Listen, the problem is your husband. Okay? You have to, let him go as far as being the manager. Okay? If you want daddy to be daddy, let daddy be daddy, but daddy can't be the manager because he ain't making no good impressions. He's not handling...
Daddy. Franny. Fred. He loves me. Listen to him.
I have to, baby. Daddy has to.
No.
Wait. Daddy be daddy, but daddy can't be the manager because he ain't making no good impressions. He's not handling things the proper way. You are expecting to get more or whatever, and you probably could if it was not daddy trying to go and save y'all $1, because that's it. You can't keep saying your name as if you are in that time of when you was really, really hot and you had all this stuff going on. Now, here it is, your daddy on the TV, he's crying. When I would have been telling him every single time, like, listen, I told you it's a time that, didn't I tell you towards the end you're going to cry, not in the beginning? You look like a weak man. Now we up here at the Breakfast Club, you didn't have problems with everybody. We not even mentioning everybody, but everybody you done had some problems with.
The money gone.
The money is gone. Dick is up.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. When your money is low or getting funny and the load is on you, okay? When that load is on you, this is the things that you do, because guess what? Daddy don't have the income when he's the manager. This is still a part of you, okay? What is he paying himself?
Yeah.
He don't have an income. You are a client, but y'all go together. You don't have an extra client. This is you.
Yeah,
so
he only bad as you. So.
Yes. So. Now if he got you, if Netflix called you, whether they called or they didn't call, they felt like, okay, they're only going to give you this amount. You got a problem with it because you feel like your name should be a little bit more than that. But because your daddy don't know how to arrange anything, and the things that he do arrange, he's happy with it, because guess what? That's money, but he ain't got to do nothing. What is he doing? Yeah. Just being next to your side. My thing, if daddy was in the building, right, if something was wrong, if you still getting your, because it's a pride thing, because for you to say, no, I'm the hell out, I ain't never introduced nobody, I ain't never did that. They ain't do it for the king coming in, they ain't gonna do it for this, and I'm this. It's like, Monique, Sweet little baby. What I need
she didn't want to introduce DL.
Yeah, I guess what she was saying is she's nobody's here. Like she don't come out and introduce nobody.
Regardless, we can sit here and talk all day, all we want to, but nobody will never understand.
How surprised are you?
Next question.
Good with he handled all of that finances in her shows. Now, okay, if they got a show of knowing X, Y, and Z, he's always there for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Monique feel she had to go handle it versus telling her dad?
I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm grown. Stop being your chest. You're making a radio. You think you tough?
Okay. And you already know who you are. You ain't got to prove a point. Like, yes. Oh, y'all gonna look at me like that's an insecurity that she has.
But see, Ricky's might have some sense. We can't compare somebody that
and Steve Harvey, but you can see this is why you see these people. Their careers have taken off, and everything that she's doing now is my sweet. No, this is sweet little babies. Okay, now I'm doing this for the little black girl with the
see, that's the thing. Don't make it about no little black girl and this, that, and the third, Monique. This is about you. This is about you being in La La Land, about where your career is right now, which is nowhere. And it has been like that for the last at least 5 to 10 years.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I would like to see it. You did Precious, and that was one of the bigger things that you did, but
she had a talk show after too, a little late night talk show. Remember?
Did she? I've never heard of that. Never heard of that.
It was on BET.
No, it was good, yeah.
But either way, I just feel like you don't have
the Parkers.
Cynthia, that was like 10 centuries ago.
It doesn't matter.
But no sense. I think in Hollywood, you're only good as your last thing. And if your last thing was 10 years ago, we still don't even care about that. Exactly. It's like you have to keep these things going. What are you doing? What do you have your hand in? It's like, what do you have your hand in? You can't be demanding all of these things for stuff that you did 10, 15 years ago.
Well, let me ask you this, right? If them two, okay, if I don't know who booked this. Now, we do know, we have heard that her husband is the manager. He books things, and he's good with he handled all of that finances in her shows. Now, okay, if they got a show of knowing X, Y, and Z, he's always there for stuff. Mm-hmm. Why did Monique feel she had to go handle it versus telling her daddy, that is the manager, the security guard, he's the everything. Why did she not let a man go and talk to him behind the scenes and say, okay, so look, no, this is here's the contract, this is what happened. Why did she go and you say something, but you still end up getting it, the way that you wanted? You still got up. No, he didn't say anything about it. What was the problem? Like, what was the reason for all of that?
I feel like she has an ego problem. She feel like she's this big person still. She feel like people are disrespecting her or trying to belittle her. And it's always her against this other person who has been putting in the work, who has been, you know what I mean? She was comparing herself to some lady who just sold out. What was the lady name again? Amy Schumer?
Yeah.
Everybody
always say something.
And it's just like, you got to know, like, these people been on big movies, like, recently, sold out comedy shows recently, got a cult-like following where they're gonna get their money back plus more. Everything that Netflix is a business. It's just like, okay, I'm a bank. You coming to me to borrow $100,000, I expect to get $150,000 back from you. So that's basically what it is. If I offer you $1 million,
one more thing, not to interrupt me. Now, before all this big stuff happened with her on the Netflix thing, I did see that she was on there. Well, I don't know if you ever seen it, where she went to some to the girls' jail, and she did comedy in her jail.
No, I didn't see that.
Yes, that was on Netflix for the longest time, as well as a lot of her other things has been on there.